about Ask Universe Your Questions. And if you have any questions in your life, the answer is actually in the universe. The answer is actually available. Alright, you just have to know how to reach the universe. Alright, so every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I am doing this session of Ask Universe Your Question. And in this session, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will be using a tool, an ancient tool called Men Dun Jia, alright, to answer your question. And in this session is that I won't be giving you any answer, but the answer will be coming from the universe. As in, no, if you are struggling to make a decision in your life, if you are struggling, should you be staying in this company or should you go to get a new job? If you are not sure if this is a good time to start your own business, the universe has the answer. Yes, the universe has the answer. And Qi Men Dun Jia prediction is the tool we use from ancient China. And in those days, they actually used Qi Men Dun Jia to help them to predict what is the outcome if they take this step. Let's say they choose plan A. What is the outcome if they choose plan A? And what is the outcome if they choose plan B? And in those days, Qi Men Dun Jia was especially used for war. What will happen? What is the success rate if they invent this country? What is the success rate if they invent another country? And if the success rate is high, are there any more strategies to to attack the country, to enlarge their territory? So Qi Men Dun Jia in those days was especially good for war because it provides the strategy to go or not to go, to fight or not to fight. Is this the good time to fight, or is this the time to stay quiet? Is plan A giving you higher success rate, or plan B will give you a higher chance of winning the war? So Qi Men Dun Jia is so interesting actually, that Qi Men Dun Jia prediction can let us know the outcome before we take any action. And to know the outcome is that first we have to ask the question. Because if I never ask a question, there's no answer, right? So first you have to ask a question. Let's say you receive a job offer from two companies, all right? So both companies, they do have their own advantages. Maybe one company is international company, the other one is a SME, but they both hold their advantages, all right? And maybe one company is closer to your house and another one is, and location wise and all these kind of things. And then you like both companies, you think you are going to learn something from both companies, and the salary they offer is pretty much the same. Then now you have to make a decision. Should you accept the offer from the international company, or is accepting the offer of the SME will give you a better future because you might learn more instead of just learning part of you know, when you work in the international company, because this is so big, so basically your job is only designed to be doing in this area only. So when it comes to making decisions and you are not sure which one will give you a better future, and maybe you would like to know if you are going to work well with all your colleagues, then this might be a good chance for you to ask, because the answer is already here available. It is in the universe, and you have to first ask to get the answer. Because if you just keep it quiet, then of course there's nothing I can see from this Men Dun Jia. But once you ask, you actually open the door of the universe. And qi men, why we say qi men? Qi men basically, qi means very strange, very weird, mystical, and men is the door. And in Men Dun Jia, there are actually 8 mystical doors. So once you ask the question, should I accept the offer from company A, or is company B better for me? All right, better for you. Okay. So once you ask the question, you actually open one door. That's where you are. Okay. And then in Men Dun Jia prediction, we can see that company A will be in another door, and then company B will also might be in the same door with you, or in one of the mystical doors. So in that case, we can interpret all the messages coming from these 3 doors: you, company A, and company B. And then we can see which one will give you better future, better prospects, which one is going to be so challenging, so tough, and so on, depending on what sort of messages are hiding behind the door. All right, there are plenty of possibility. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7:30 p.m. Melbourne time, I will dedicate an hour to 1 hour to 1.5 hours to help you to interpret all these symbols behind Men Dun Jia prediction. And the answer will come from the universe. All right, when you ask the question, you open the door at this time under this space, and then the answer according to this time at this space, and according to the person who asked the question. All right, so the answer will be only applicable to the person who asked the question. Even let's say there are many people, 3,000 people watching you ask the question, all right, because they didn't ask the question. Maybe out of the 3,000 people, they have a similar decision in their life that they have to make, but because they didn't ask the question, so the answer, it's only applicable to you. Okay, it's not applicable to anyone else because they didn't ask the question. So that is the beauty of Men Dun Jia. You can know the outcome, you can know the answer one step ahead before taking any action. So the chances of you making the best decision for yourself is very high. The chances of you, for all of us, is that to avoid making silly mistakes in our life will also be reduced. All right. So if you have any bursting question, you are welcome to leave your question in the chat. All right. My role is only to help you to interpret the symbols on qi men dun jia according to the time and space at this moment. All right. I won't be giving you any personal opinion. I won't be giving you any personal advice. That is my stand while interpreting the qi men dun jia message. Okay. And the good news is, for the first person who asks question, you don't actually have to give me your date of birth. Starting from the second person, you will have to give me your date of birth to give you an accurate answer from the qi men dun jia prediction. So, if you have any bursting question, you are welcome to leave your question in the chat, and then I will look at what you can do at this stage. All right. Okay. So the last session, someone was asking a business. It's a skincare business. Well, according to what she said, is a good product, and it's actually a multi-level marketing skincare product. And so she asked, the question from this member was, should I just use the product only, or should I start this as part of my business, and to recruit a team to run it as a part-time business, just to run it as a business? So that is a valid question because it is specific. Okay, the question is specific. So when your question is specific, the answer will also be more accurate. And so when I look at the qi men dun jia prediction, it shows that it shows that is a good business. That is a good business. However, if she wants to do the business, that business will actually drain her a lot, will actually drain her energy, drain her time, just draining her, endlessly draining her. And then also, other than that, what we always concern is that if I do this business, will it make money, right? So that's the second question. Will I make money if I start doing this as a business? And then so I look at the money symbol, and that opens up another door. Okay, so when she asked a question, she opened up a door, a mystical door. And then secondly, when she asked about the business is located in another mystical door. And then when she asked about money, will this business make money? And that money symbol is in another mystical door as well. So in just one question, asking about business and whether this business is profitable, that alone open up 3 doors. Okay, so although the business is a good business, but it will drain her endlessly. And then when I look at the money, is this going to be profitable? At that time, under that space at that time, it showed that if she start this business, it will not only drain her endlessly, but she is also not going to make money in the near future. So that helped her to make up her mind, to open up her eyes. Okay, then maybe this is not this shouldn't be what I'm doing. Maybe it doesn't worth me investing my time and money to recruit a team and so on and then run it as a business. Maybe it's just good to use the products and that's it. Yeah. So that is the beauty of Men Dun Jia, where it will help us to know the outcome one step in advance before taking any action. All right. And that will help us to make the right decision and to reduce the chances of making silly mistakes in our life. Sometimes one life mistake can be very expensive. Okay, so we have a message here from Blanquita. Good morning, Blanquita. Sorry, good evening. Good evening, Blanquita. How are you? So if you have any questions, if you struggle to make a decision in your life, you are more than welcome to just drop your question in the chat box. And I'll be using the Men Dun Jia prediction to help you to interpret the answer from the universe. The answer doesn't come from me. The answer is already here in the universe. I'm just helping you to interpret all the messages. And also for your information, I won't be sharing my personal opinions. I won't be giving any personal suggestions in this Men Dun Jia prediction. To be fair, I mean that's part of the ethics. I would say it is part of the ethics not to interfere with the answer. All right, because when you ask the questions, the universe will give you the answer, and my role play here is just to interpret. You know, I'm not here to intervene or interrupt, right? So there is a lot of ethics issues in this. Okay. So if you have any questions, you are more than welcome to drop a question in the chat box. And the good news is, for the first person who asked the question, you don't actually give me your date of birth. Okay. Let's see. Blanquita has a question. All right. Is it good for me to look for a house next year? And which part of Melbourne is auspicious? Am I not going to clash with fire horse? Okay. if you ask, is it good for me to look for a house next year? And which part of Melbourne is auspicious? Well, the question can be more specific, as in, will I be able to hunt for a good house in Melbourne? Right? Is that your question? Will I be able to hunt for a good house in Melbourne? And which part is good for me? Is that what you are trying to ask? Because when you ask, is it good, is it good to get a job? Is it good to start a business? Questions like this are not specific enough. All right, is it good to get married? So your question is that, is it good to marry this person? You see, if you ask me, is it good to get married? There's no answer for questions like this. Your question has to be specific. So your question is basically, will I be able to hunt a good house next year? And which part of Melbourne should I hunt for? Right. Yeah. So question has to be very specific. Okay, now let's see. The first person is here, and then a house is 生门. Right. 生门. Yeah, the house is 生门. Let's see. You are in here. Okay. Okay, you are in here. And then 生门 is there. 金生水. Hmm. 金生水. Okay, so according to your question, will you be able to hunt or maybe to buy a house next year, right? You would like to get a house, that's right. At this stage, because you haven't started hunting, and I guess you haven't started hunting, that's why the answer say is not likely, because you haven't even started hunting. You see, so when when your question is very specific, your question has to be so specific that you so how should I say it? It's like when you have already looked at the houses, and then you look at a house and you quite like this house, but there are others also fighting for this house. Then only you ask this question, will I be able to buy this house? Then that is more specific. If your question is like, will I be able to buy a house next year? You haven't even started hunting. So the answer that comes out is also accordingly. That's why it shows that not likely, because you haven't even started hunting. Do you get it? So your question has to be really specific. Okay, if you are just asking, will I get married next year, Ian? That kind of question. Will I get rich next year? Question like this, they are not specific, so there wouldn't be any there wouldn't be any solution for you. But Blankita, in the northwest section of your house, in the northwest section of your house, is there a small plant there? A small plant that looks a bit funny or a bit ugly, half dying, about to die, or already dead? Is there a dead plant or a spiky plant, or I don't know? Is there a plant going to die with all the leaf has turned yellow, half dying in northwest? No plant. Because it's hiding. Northwest. Or maybe outside the house. Northwest section. Sometimes it's not just inside the house, right outside of your house in the garden. Northwest. Is there a plant a bit dying halfway, has turned yellow? A small plant, not a big tree, a small one. You go and check and see. Maybe there are more than one. I'm not sure. Might be one or might be more than one. Check and see. Is there a plant, small plant? The leaf have all turned yellow, halfway dying, you know, already dead. Yeah. Outside there is. Outside, yes, we have plenty, but I will check. Yeah, you have to remove it, you know, give it a good head, a good trim, a good haircut, or you just throw it away if it is dead. Excuse me. And then one more thing, Blanquita. In the north section of your house, okay, for Blanquita, in the north section of your house, is there some soil, you know, some earth, some soil, maybe outside, or is, yeah, maybe some soil. Is there some soil? I don't know, has got molded or something, I don't know. You also have to throw that away in the north section of your house. Maybe it's inside of your house, or maybe it's just right outside of your house, but in the north section. That is also blocking your luck for getting a house. Okay? All right. Blanquita, are you there? Are you still there? Hi, Freda. Hi, Veronica. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'll finish with Blanquita first. Okay. Blanquita. Yes, there is. Okay, you have to, you know, clean up the soil or put it somewhere, or if it is molded or something, you just throw it away, or I don't know, you have to settle it. What is the meaning of it? What is your question, Blanquita? What is the meaning? Those things are blocking your luck. Okay? Those things that I can see in the Men Dun Jia here, those little small things, they are blocking your luck. So you have to remove them, or, you know, put them somewhere or throw them away. because they are currently blocking your luck to hunt for a good house. Okay, they are currently blocking your luck. They are like obstacles blocking your way. That's why, you know, once you remove all these funny items, then it's more likely for you to be able to get a house that you want. Let's say a good feng shui house, right? Okay, very good. All right, then we have Freda. Hi, Freda, have you got a question? If you have a question, you can leave your date of birth in the chat box and follow with your question. All right, follow by your question. Because from the second person onwards, I will need your date of birth to check with the mystical those Men Dun Jia. And Veronica, your question is on in the chat room via PowerStack app. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, it is in PowerStack Portal, right? You are talking about. Okay. Okay, now I get the question. Date of birth, blah blah blah. Okay, the first question from Veronica is should I continue working at the current job or leave by the end of this year 2025? That's the first question. Second question, is this the right time to retire and start looking after my health and fitness? That's the second question. And the third question, what is best for me and give me a better future / happiness, and so I'm not feeling so stuck? Oh. Okay. So first question, okay, there are only 3 questions. First, we look at 1970. Wait. 辛任奎甲乙丙丁戊己庚係咪啊？辛任奎1、2、3，辛任奎甲乙丙丁戊己庚。So you are in 庚. Okay, let me find where you are first. You are in 庚. Okay. Okay, I found you. Should I continue working or leave by the end of this year? So let's look at your job. Your job is in 开门土生金。Currently, Veronica is a bit blur, a bit blank, not sure what to do. That explains, you see. it shows in Qi. And are you very scared now, Veronica? Are you feeling very scared inside? Are you a bit scared, afraid? Yes? Is that yes? Okay, your current job that I can see, just unsure, yeah, a bit unsure. Also a bit blank as well. settling in. Okay. Your current job looks like it is draining you a little bit. Is that right? 50-50. Your current job is draining you a bit. Let me see where it is now. When you ask, should I continue working at the current job or leave by the end of this year, 2025? So when you say you want to leave by end of this year, are you going to retire? Is that what you mean? Not exciting and no support, boring. Yeah, okay. Not exciting and no support, boring. Are there any political issues at work? Are there anyone talking behind you? Yes. Ah. Yeah. Because it shows some political issues at work. What job are you doing? Are you a management, kind of like a management position? I have no support and I work on my own at home. I have very much I'm very much on my own. Is that what you mean? It drains you, I can say that. And then yeah, and then when I look at the retired plan, sales and specification in lighting, commercial. So basically when you work at home, you kind of have some say, right? It's like kind of like a, yes, very draining. It is draining. The fact that you can work on your own, that means you are somewhat at certain level. Maybe not like management, but somewhat, right? You are at certain level position. It is very draining, I can see. And then maybe a little bit political issues. I don't know whether with your colleagues or your clients or suppliers, not so easy to handle. And then I look at the retired. Is that good? The door for retirement. You wish to retire, but this doesn't look like a good time to do so. And it's the same thing, Veronica. I want you to check the northwest section of your house. The northwest section of your house, there is a small plant. Maybe it's halfway dying or about to die, turn yellow or already died. You want to, throw it away or get it settled. You have the same plant in northwest as well. Let's see. You want to get retired, but you won't be able to retire. That's what I can see. Okay, once you remove the plant, might be a little bit more possible. Might be a bit more possible. And then I want you to do one more thing. I want you to, yeah, Veronica said, I have plants on the windows outside. Also, if there's a spiky plant, like cactus or something, throw that away immediately. You really don't want to keep any spiky thing at home. It's true. Throw them away immediately. Okay, good, very good. I liked you, Veronica. Good girl. Okay, there's one more thing. Can you check the southwest section of your house? Is there an iron bar? You see, it's a cactus flower, but no spikes. Well, you check all the plants, whatever plant that is a bit funny, you want to take them away or put them at somewhere else, okay? Not in the northwest, okay? Okay, back to Veronica again. Can you check the southwest section of your house? Is there something like an iron bar? A rusty iron bar or something? Veronica, in the southwest section of your house, is there an iron bar a bit rusted? Thinking. Yeah, just check it. Or even not rusted, but if there are some iron bars, maybe you want to put them into the cupboard or put them away first. Also, one more thing for Veronica. Hi, Winnie Hong. If you have a question, you are more than welcome to drop your question in the chat box. Follow with your date of birth, okay? I need your date of birth to, interpret the if you have a question, okay? And one more thing for Veronica is that I want you to talk to your friend or your family or someone you know who is a goat. You know the zodiac goat, right? Veronica, I want you to talk to them about your plan, whether you want to continue working or retire, someone you trust, but the zodiac is goat. Are you still there, Veronica? Okay. They will be able to, not goat, GOAT. GOAT, gold. Okay, do you know the gold zodiac? GOAT, gold zodiac. All right, you can Google if you are not sure. You can Google what years are the gold year. All right, then you can find out who are your friends or family. Talk to someone you trust, okay, about your plan. They will be able to give you some insight about your plan, whether you want to stay at your current job or retire, or maybe you want to change your job, about this. They will give you better insight. And this is only applicable to you, Veronica, only at this time under this space because that is showing in the Men Dun Jia prediction. Okay, it's only for you. For those anyone who are watching, this answer is not for you. Okay, it's only for Veronica. All right. Okay. And so, let me see. Your last question, Veronica. What is best for you and will give you a better future and happiness, so you are not feeling so stuck? This question is not specific. You know, what is best for me? You know, this question is not specific, so there's no answer for a question like this. It has to be specific. Okay, you can ask, you know, is let's say you went to company B for an interview, then you can ask, is this company, will this company give me better future? Then that is a valid question. If you just ask an open question, you know, there are thousands of possibility. All right. Okay. Good. Very good. Thank you for your questions and thanks for your participation, Veronica. Appreciate very much and hope it will really help you. All right. So at this stage is currently there's no answer yet, but go and fix the few things. Where are the few things? Go and fix the few things we mentioned and then talk to your friend or family who is a gold. All right. Then you will have a better idea what to do. Great. All the best. Okay, now, next one. I'm not sure, Freda, if you're still there. If you have a question, you just put your date of birth and then followed by your question. All right? And then we have Winnie Hong. Yes, your date of birth is there. 1968. Let me see. Where is your question, Winnie? What is your question, Winnie? The more specific your question is, it is more likely there will be an answer. All right? Just like, you know, you watch, right, how people ask questions. What questions are specific enough, are valid questions? So the Men Dun Jia prediction will give you an answer. If you just ask an open question, will I become rich next year? Which occupation is best for me? What industry should I, you know, invest in? These are the open questions, and so these questions will not give you any answer in Men Dun Jia prediction. Your question has to be very specific. The more specific, the easier you will get the answer you desire. Okay. So just now we have Freda. I haven't seen your answer yet. Okay, your question yet. All right. So if you have a question, put your date of birth there, followed by your question. And then for Winnie as well, you have got your date of birth. And then now we have a message from Winnie Hong. My job next year. That's not a question. What is your question? What is your question, Winnie? It's quite fun, right, Men Dun Jia? It is very, very fun. I really like Men Dun Jia because it helps us to, you know, it is like a guideline to help us, like give us an idea what to do in our life. When we know something one step in advance, you know, the chances of us making a good decision, you know, I mean, it helps us to make the best decision for ourselves, and it also helps us to reduce the chances of making silly mistakes in our life without paying an expensive price. Cheers. It's just water. I like to drink water, don't you? Winnie Hong 3896. What's your question about your job? I working in part-time Mandarin teacher. I don't know whether I still got the job or not. You mean what? Do you mean that you would like to know if you will still have the same job next year? Is that what you mean? Are you afraid that are you afraid that you will be fired? Is that what you mean? So I'm guessing your question is, I would like to know, will I still have my job next year? Is that what you mean? Mm-hmm. Okay, 1 second, let me check. (1968) 辛壬癸甲乙丙丁戊戊土. You are in 戊土. Okay. And then about your job. Your job as a teacher, we can look at the teacher symbol. Hmm. Okay. Winnie, I think most likely you will still have the job next year. Okay. But there's one thing you have to do. Okay, there's one thing you have to do. Look at the east section of your house. Look at the east section of your house. Is there any like a small water bottle or some containers with water in the east section of your house? Most likely the water is stagnant there for a while. Just some little water in the east section. Okay, Veronica is back with the message. I don't know anyone that's a goat zodiac. I've checked all the dates. Oh, well, I can't help you with that, Veronica. You have to, you know, it's the year, which year they are born, you know. It's the year, which year they are born. Are they born in the goat year? It's the year that matters. Or keep asking, keep trying. I can't help you with that, Veronica. Or maybe your boss, your manager is a goat, You can also talk to them if you don't mind. Or your husband, even your daughter or son, you know, I don't know, but someone you trust. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Veronica, good luck, all the best. Okay, now we are back to Winnie Hong. Yes, got plant. The plant is in the water, right? When was the last time you changed the water? Oh, I received a love. Thank you. Yeah, so back to Winnie, you have to change the water, really. Keep it clean. Because that is not a good sign. For Winnie, okay. Thank you, Veronica. All the best. Okay, now for Winnie, I think most likely you will still have your job. Although the job currently is you find it a bit hard to handle, is it? Not so easy to handle. No, Winnie say no. Hmm. 金克木 asking about your job as a teacher. Winnie, yes or no? You say not, and then you say yes. Like what? Now which one you're answering? Is there water in the east section? Winnie? Yes. Okay. So you have to clean that water up. Okay? Clean the water up. Then it's more likely you can keep your job. Okay? Okay, Winnie, are you happy? So the plant is not water. I'm not asking you to look for a plant, Winnie. Is there any water in the east section? I'm not asking you to look for a plant. Is there any water bottle with a bit of water? Stagnant water. Quite likely is stagnant water. Is there any water there? Let's see. You need to check first. Okay, if you can find there's any water there in the east section of your house, Winnie, tip it off, clean it up or whatsoever, and that will, then you will stand a higher chance to keep your job. Then you will stand a higher chance to keep your job. Is your job very stressful now, Winnie? Is your job stressful? No water. Is your job stressful? Okay, you will check it. Good. Alright, for anyone, if you have any bursting questions, you are more than welcome to leave your date of birth and followed by your question in the chat box. Now we need say a little bit of what? Stress, is it? Winnie, if there is some water in the east section of your house, or maybe outside of your house in the east section, then clean that up, because that will help you to keep your job. If there's really no water, as you said, then the chances of you still having the job might be a bit low. You see, really got water. That is Men Dun Jia. Usually it cannot be wrong. I haven't made any mistakes in Men Dun Jia so far. When I can see something, not I can see something, when Men Dun Jia is telling me there is something hiding there, there is always something. It's true. Yes, really got water. Now Winnie say. So clean that up, you know, keep it away or whatsoever. That will help you to retain the job. Okay? But there are also something you can do. Winnie, listen carefully. Winnie Hong. Listen carefully. Other than the water, I would like you to improve your skill in teaching, or maybe improve your knowledge in Mandarin teaching. Okay? Also, at the same time, you wanna build rapport, build a good bond with all your colleagues, with all your teachers over there. Okay? I want you to build good relationships with all your colleagues, or your boss, or your supervisor. Okay? These two things will help you to keep your job. Okay, first is improve your skill, improve your knowledge in Mandarin, and then secondly, build good relationship with your colleagues, or with all the other teachers at where you teach. Are you teaching in the kindergarten? I don't know. Or a school. Winnie say, just now I checked with Compass, really cold water. Yeah, there's really cold water. Now I already taken it up to the kitchen. Okay. Yeah. So now you remove the water. Very good, Winnie. Good job. Congratulations. And two more things you want to do. First, improve your skill, improve your knowledge in the subject you teach. And then secondly, build good relationships with all your colleagues. Okay, very good. The answer is here from the universe. So this is only applicable to Winnie, okay? For anyone who is watching this answer is not for you, because you never asked the same question and you are not Winnie, you don't have the same date of birth. Okay? So good luck, Winnie, all the best. Most likely you will be able to keep your job next year. Okay? Congratulations. I'm very happy for you. Okay, now I can see Blanquita has a message. Thank you so much for your wonderful teaching, Master Ian. Good night, blessing. Good night, Blanquita. It is late in Melbourne, I know. Good night to you. And all the best. Great. Okay, time now in Melbourne is 8:44 p.m. I will take the one last question before I go to bed. Excuse me. One last question. If you have any question, put your date of birth followed by your question. All right? One last question for tonight. By the way, for all of you who are watching, like Winnie, like Veronica, are you still there? If you have a Facebook account, would you like to give me a good review in my Facebook? I'll put my Facebook link here. Hello, Veronica. Hello, Winnie. Have you got a Facebook account? If you do, are you happy to give me a good rating and a review in my Facebook page? I mean, on my Facebook page. You can start with, "This is so amazing," and then you can type any message, any story you want, and then end with the sentence, "Ian Hall is really a great feng shui master." Okay, are you happy to do that? Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, You can start with the sentence, this is so amazing, and then blah, 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 tell your story, and then end your review with Ian Hall is really a great feng shui master. Thank you so much, Winnie. Wish you all the best. Are you still there, Veronica? If you are happy to leave me a review on my Facebook page, please do. Just click the link there. Thank you, Winnie. Okay, one last question for today. I'll take the one last question before we call it the end of the day. Just leave your date of birth and then followed by your question. All right. So that is the beauty of qi men dun jia. It feels very strange, right? That's why it's called qi men, strange doors. There are 8 strange doors in qi men dun jia. Well, sometimes the translation to make it sounds a bit nice, you know, a bit fancy, they call it mystical doors. But it's so strange. From far away. Where are you from, Winnie? I'm not sure where you are from. Which country are you from and what time it is in your time zone? You know, from so far away. I'm in Melbourne, all right? But when you ask the question there, at this time under this space, you are triggering the door in the universe that is hidden the message for you. Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. Okay, that's my hometown. Nice to meet you. Yeah. So this is the beauty of qi men dun jia. Hope everyone is well back in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. All right. Any one last question before I close my shop tonight? Clap, clap, clap. Okay, so anyone, I think I will just, if there's no more question, and if you would like to join my PowerStack portal, it is free. All right, just click the link there in the description. In the PowerStack portal, every month I will give you a very specific feng shui tip according to the feng shui of that month, what you can do in each section. All right. On top of that, you can also in the chat room. That's also where you can leave questions. In case you just have a question and you want to leave a question right away, that's where the chat room. You can leave your date of birth followed by a question. On top of that, there are also members who would like me to look at the feng shui of their house. Okay, so there are many methods, many different schools in looking the feng shui of someone's place, but I will be especially only using one specific method. I call it the PowerStack X-ray to scan, to X-ray your house. If you would like me to do that, just post some photos of your place in the chat room, and then in another live section, I will be scanning your house. All right, whether it's a big house or a small apartment or a condominium, you know, everything can be scanned. Nothing is too big or too small to be scanned. As long as you live there, even if you are only renting, okay, it can be scanned as well. You don't have to own the place to make the power of feng shui to work for you, because as long as you live in that space, the energy in that space will have an influence over you. Okay, so how you can influence the energy back is by doing some setup, some feng shui setup. I mean, some good setup according to the feng shui principles, so the space will be generating good energy to help you, to support you, instead of draining you. Okay, so if you are happy to get some second opinion, you are more than welcome to take a few pictures, post it in the chat room, and you are more than welcome to use a nickname. Okay, you are more than welcome to use a nickname if you want to protect your privacy. All right, so that is, the link is there in the description. Okay, so just join PowerStack Portal for free. Click the link there. And if you would like to know more about what will happen next year in 2026, I am conducting this 2026 Feng Shui Convention on November 29. All right. So yesterday I have already talked a bit about this 推背图, the back pushing picture. All right. And if you would like to know the deepest message from the back pushing picture, 推背图, and there are many other more ways we interpret, okay, what will happen next year, join my Feng Shui convention. I'll see you there. And lastly, for Feng Shui activation, well, there is this one short-term Feng Shui activation I can do according to the time and space. So, and this activation is that it doesn't matter where your house is facing. It doesn't matter when your house is born. It doesn't matter whether it's a landed property or a condominium or an apartment. As long as you live in a space, as long as you are not living in a car or a tent, you can do a very simple Feng Shui activation every month to boost up your energy. Okay, so for this one, currently currently promotion price is still available. All right, every month I will tell you a specific date, a specific time, the specific section, and also the specific items, what you have to put at that section at that time. All right, and the items are that I would like you to know that real Feng Shui activation doesn't need you to buy expensive items. All right, some simple items that you can grab from your cupboard, from your bookshelf, can also activate very strong Feng Shui energy and give you very good results. Okay, one of the members, her friend borrowed, I think it was 20,000 from her. All right, her friend borrowed 20,000 from her to start a facial, facial treatment center. Yeah. So this friend of hers, she didn't only borrow 20,000 from her, she also borrowed a lot of money from other friends, all right, to start her facial treatment center. And because the business is not doing very well, so it was very difficult for this person to settle the debt. And so she owed many friends a lot of money and wasn't able to pay anyone back. So this client of mine, or this PowerStack member, all right, after I think 3 months activation, after because the activation is done every month. So after 3 activation, she rang me, this member, she told me, hey, Ian, remember I told you about that friend? She owed me a lot of money. She said, last week, she paid me, I don't remember the figure, 2,000 or 5,000. She paid me back $2,000. Oh, at least she started to pay me back. Because she said, at first, she was just assuming that the money can never come back. She was just assuming that it's going to be a bad debt and she wouldn't be able to take back all her money. But now she rang me and said, hey, Ian, I told you, I got 2,000 back from her now. And she said she will slowly pay me back the money. $2,000 is back. And how much is the feng shui activation that I'm charging you? That is less than a pizza. That will only cost you half a pizza a month. For the price of half a pizza a month, she's getting $2,000 back. So you make your own decision whether you want to join monthly PowerStack feng shui activation or not. The link is there. If you think half a pizza a month is too expensive, maybe that's not for you. Whereas, I mean, speaking from my heart, that if you can afford to pay internet, if you can afford to buy a gadget and watch me live now, I am very sure half a pizza a month doesn't really cost you anything. And for the return that you are getting back, that is 100 times, easily 100 times of what you will get back. And of course the reason I'm charging you so low is not because it is not effective. It is so effective. The reason I don't want to charge you a high price is just that I hope that you will get more than what you pay. That is the whole reason I am keeping the price reasonable for anyone who is watching the video right now. And that is the only reason I'm doing this at that price. Okay, so thank you very much everyone who has joined, who is watching, who has asked a question or participated. Thank you everyone. All right, and thank you. Today we have Plankita, we have Veronica, we also have Winnie. Thank you very much everyone. Okay, Veronica is still there. Leave me a good review on my Facebook page if you are happy to. Okay, and all the best to all of you. I will see you in the next video. good night. I mean, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.